Thinking tonight of a place I love, even more than I usually do. Thinking tonight of a place I love, for I am thinking of you. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. We'll have snow and mistletoe, presents under the tree. So welcome for pre-holiday, pre-Christmas session. We haven't seen each other or heard each other for the last pretty much 3 weeks, and I'm glad to be back for a few more episodes to finish up this chapter 5, especially of that original text as Jesus has given it to Helen Schackman. And apologize for my kind of voice I've brought along and so that I can remember to take good rest, and also to remember that in the mind it is really all just thought, and it has nothing to do what voice I have or how it sounds and how it is interpreted from the sound, but really where we coming together and join really is in a true thought, in the truth itself. And that thought is his mind. That thought is the creative thought of God himself. And as we hear in this lesson, it's the last lesson of the series 341 to 350, that what we forgive becomes a part of us, is really, in other words, saying what I'm willing to allow to be undone, and in that acceptance of the at-one-ment, of the atonement of limited thought forms, to be brought to the light of his mind. And there is the recognition and the experience of the miracle. And from that point on, and we will have a little a small part also of the next introduction, then what am I? But what is a miracle? And the basic answer is a correction of the mind, is really to allow a complete alignment of all limitation and to open up to what cannot really be described conceptually, but is a part of the miracle mindedness that any student or teacher of A Course in Miracles is has the honor and is honored with a mind training program called A Course in Miracles, literally to bring into experience of what this lesson 350 is talking about, that miracles mirror God's eternal love. So that love that is literally unknown to the ego conceptual separated mind, becomes a complete reality for us and in us, because it is the moment, or that touching of eternity itself, in which we see that that truth, that eternal truth, is mirrored, is reflected by miracles that envelop us and are all the time accessible and around us, and literally guide us, as we were just hearing also that song Home for Christmas. That would be, in other words, in that willingness to be home at the source of whatever self-identity I was carrying or holding up or making real. And now I'm coming to that action of what forgiveness is offering for myself, and so to the entire world. And so everything that I allow to be recognized, that it is not so as what I thought it is, and that it hasn't really had any reality besides the reality that I've given to it in all the meanings I've given to everyone and everything, and therefore becomes a complete part of us. You are that what is being undone in its limitations, and opens up literally to the eternal nature of your being. And I can just hear, coming back from a trip in Europe, and having followed an invitation to Course in Miracles festival. It was a Christmas Advent festival for this, let's say, not just preparing ourselves to the idea of the rebirth of Christ within ourselves, but really already coming together in the complete certainty what has been given us, what we are in truth and as truth, and what we are now finally willing to share, also letting it come through our experience of deep within, heart, soul, mind, everything capitalized. So everything that is real. And as we perceive ourselves, what we forgive becomes a part of us. That's how Jesus expresses it, as we perceive ourselves. And the Son of God incorporates all things within himself, as God created him, as you, Father, created him. So everything is already given you. Everything is already in you, as it is in me, as it is in all of us. And I just see here that my camera is right now freezing, or whole YouTube is freezing up.